As the Sierra Nevada mountains were being uplifted along the western side of the fault system, a great block of the Earth's crust, lying to the east, tipped downward. Thus there was created a depression in which water from the melting glaciers could be imponded. The Ice Age lake that resulted from this impondment has been named Lake Russell, after an early-day geologist who first studied the Mono Basin. Lake Russell's shorelines are climbed on the mountain slopes east and north of Mono Lake. After the close of the Ice Age, the waters of Lake Russell evaporated, leaving behind the natural salts to account for the saline water of present-day Mono. North of Bishop, some 60 or 70 miles, depending on the number of detours one takes, is the interesting and beautiful Mono Lake. We were told this is the only place thinolite crystals are found. After reaching Mono Lake, we made our way along the north shore until we were forced to leave the car and continue on foot. In 1919, the level of the lake peaked at 6,427 feet above sea level. Birds bred and nested on a few volcanic islands in the lake, sustained by the extensive brine shrimp and alkali flies, which also attracted large numbers of migratory birds. The shores are mostly wild and desolate, barren as the desert. It is estimated that Mono Lake was once 600 feet higher than it is today. Having no outlet, the water in Mono Lake has, over the thousands of years, by evaporation, become saltier and more dense in minerals than the oceans. The lake is some 50 wide and nearly 20 miles long. In 1941, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power began redirecting water from the streams feeding Mono Lake into the Los Angeles Aqueduct. As time passed, this both reduced the level of the lake and dried out the lower sections of the source streams. By 1981, the level of the lake had been reduced to 6,372 feet above sea level, with the lake's volume cut in half and its salinity doubled. Nejet Island, a breeding site for birds, developed a land bridge and became susceptible to land-based predators such as coyotes. One of the most striking phenomena of Mono Lake is the occurrence of a singular fly that covers the shore of the lake in a stratum 2 feet wide, 2 inches in thickness. No fish or reptile lives in it, yet it swarms with millions of worms which develop into flies. These rest on the surface and cover everything on the immediate shore, The number and quantity of these worms and flies is absolutely incredible. Then there is a fly which looks something like our housefly. These settle on the beach to eat the worms that wash ashore. Kutsawa, now known widely as Mono Lake, is the home of the Kutsagka, the southernmost band of the Numu people. Historically, the Kutsagka lived in a hunter-gatherer lifestyle as they migrated throughout the Mono Lake Yosemite region. They followed available game and harvested plants at the appropriate times, as well as harvesting the brine fly larva from which the tribe takes its name. Pinyon pine has been an important source of food, as were jackrabbits, deer, mountain sheep, and the Coloradia pandora moth. The Kutsagka tribe is actively seeking federal recognition and has been for over 80 years. The tribe is one of 7 traditionally associated tribes of Yosemite National Park. The alkali fly is inseparable from the alkaline water and feeds upon the organic matter of algae that is washed in masses upon the shore. It would appear that the larvae, as soon as they attain the power of locomotion, creep up from the water or are deposited on the beach by the waves during some of those violent gales that prevail in this region. Elsewhere than Mono and Owens Lake, ephydra larvae occur in Great Salt Lake, Utah, Soap Lake and Como Lake, Washington, Albert Lake, Oregon, Borax Lake, East Lake, and Borax Pond near Clear Lake, California, Soda Lake, South Slough of Pyramid Lake, Walker Lake, and Queen River sloughs near Sodhouse, Nevada. We made our way along the north shore to a very high, steep cinder mountain. To climb up this was a real problem. One step up and slide back 2. But by edging up crabwise, we were able to inch our way up. When you make it to the top of the mountain and sit down to look at the vast distances spreading out in ever-dimming reaches of mountain range on mountain range, piled one behind in every direction, you feel like the whole world must be spread out at your feet. We were always conscious of what a tumble might mean, a swift to the bottom of the cinders and probably on into the lake. Not a very pleasant prospect in itself. In 1979, the Mono Lake Committee, along with the Audubon Society, filed suit in Mono County, California Superior Court, claiming that LADWP's water diversions violated the public trust doctrine that all navigable water must be managed for the benefit of everyone. In 1983, the Mono Lake Committee won the argument in front of the California Supreme Court, who directed that the public trust doctrine overrides prior water rights. Los Angeles County and other parties have continued to siphon the water from the basin, and Mono Lake has continued to struggle. In 2022, the re-emergence of a land bridge between the lake's islands and the shore threatened to expose nesting birds to predators and upset the delicate ecological balances of the lake. Geologists have found evidence of 5 periods of glaciation in the Sierra. The first began about 500,000 years ago. The last ended less than 15,000 years ago. The glaciers left prominent marks upon the landscape. They gouged out the canyons, broadened and deepening them into U-shaped valleys with steep head walls. Advancing onto the plain, they built the high parallel ridges and stony debris called moraines.
Get the bear box, I think.
There's a foundation over there.